Hotep and Ashe. All. Once again, Org Essence coming at you. I want to touch briefly here today on truthfulness, you know, and our spiritual, psychological, emotional, mental, physical, financial, our health in its entirety. You know what I'm saying? And what that looks like and on how to make it better. So I'm going to start right out the gate on y'all. Truthfulness is the foundation of all human virtue. If we do not tell the truth, we cannot heal. And we most definitely cannot fix what we do not understand. You got to be willing to look at all these things straight on, squarely, face them, get in the mirror, be honest with yourself. Speak it the way it is. You know what I'm saying? Once again, deal with it honestly. Because I'm telling you, all of that hurt, that pain, that trauma, that wrong that's been done to you, that brokenness, man, none of these things are not going anywhere until you address them. And that's how the healing process begins. You know what I'm saying? We play this little game with ourselves. Oh man, we get drunk, we get high, we do this, we do that to try to drown out thoughts, drown out the thoughts, and thinking that we're just gonna move along, live a normal life, and be healthy. Nah, it doesn't work that way. And believe me, it's coming from somebody who knows these things, because I've the same things that I'm telling y'all are the same processes that I had to use to heal myself and to start fixing my own self, because I learned, I was way deep off into it. These things just don't get up and walk away. No, you gotta push these things out of your life. You gotta sever yourself from these things. And you know how you do that? Addressing them, attacking them, letting it be known, okay, this has happened, this has occurred, and you face it, and you acknowledge that these things did not have your best benefit at hand, and that you're better than that. And you move forward, existing, dwelling, and operating, knowing and speaking to yourself and telling yourself that you're better than that and that you deserve better than that. In other words, what I'm saying to you, the past will never be the past until it has been properly addressed. And again, you have to address these things truthfully and honestly. Reading from my notes, some notes I got here. Thus, it is the now and that which is to come. In other words, if you have not addressed these horrible things, these horrible encounters and experiences, if you have not addressed these things truthfully and honestly, they are not the past, because they are your present. They're dictating your existence. Therefore, they will determine where you are going, where it is that you're headed, will be based off of that there. Because like I said, they don't undo themselves. They don't just get up and walk away. You know what I'm saying? And being that it's by the hand of another, yeah, you definitely got to attack that and address that, so that these people don't continuously have power over your existence, and they're nowhere even in your life anymore. And even with the things that may have been self-inflicted, it still has to be addressed the same way, so you can be healthy, you can heal, and you can move forward. Because like I said, it's going to always be now, because it has not been dealt with, and then it's going to determine where it is that you're headed. You know what I'm saying? You have to expose the nature of the illness in order to be able to heal it. And learning from a great teacher of mine, she said that history has a bearing on you, biologically, physiologically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. And I always say that things start in the spirit before they can reach the scene, the visible, and that's real. And I try to tell people all the time, if you're sick all the time, you're hurting, something always aching you, you're ailing you, ailments, and You always, like I said, you always got some issue, in the physical that could be seen. Like I'm saying, you're always in pain. That's your physical, that's your body. But you got to look deeper than that. That's really a it's basically a mirroring of what your spirit is. You know what I'm saying? It's really revealing to you and others. That's how your spirit is. So however your spirit is, your body gonna be that way. Your spirit could be grieved, even though we know I've told y'all before about can't be killed, hurt, harmed, or destroyed. But it could be grieved and so and so. So if your spirit is unhealthy, the body gonna always reveal that. It's gonna always be something wrong. Your mind gonna be off balance. And I'm trying to, make sure I keep this respectful because I'm not about attacking people. It's not about talking down upon somebody because I've dealt with so many things in my lifetime. I've encountered and had experiences and things done to me that whoo shouldn't even have to be spoken of. And if I'm here and I'm able to speak about it and able to acknowledge, the truth and be honest about these things, so can you all. Because I'm no better than nobody else. It's just a matter of being different. You got to be willing to stand up, address this nonsense, send it, give it some walking papers, send it out your life and tell it, be gone and to never return. And pursue that healthy spiritually, psychologically, emotionally, mentally, physically, financially existence. And it will happen, but the conversation, the dialogue has to begin. I mean, you got to begin to engage in the fact that you're traumatized, you're hurt, you're broken, etc. In order for the things that are broken even to begin to be fixed. And I'm saying that's an issue with existence. We think that we could just move forward. Slavery for example, that's a crucial uh, point in our existence as creation, humanity, mankind. It don't matter what color you are, but especially those of us of African descent that our ancestors endured that. Man, that's not way back then. Because if it was, it would have been properly addressed by now. It has never been properly addressed. Therefore, it dictates the presence of those of that bloodline. It dictates the future. And it also affects those whose ancestors may have done those things, but would not have no part in it. They can't fathom why somebody could do that. So I'm basically looking out for everybody with what I'm saying. You see the effect that would have on everybody. These things have been swept under the rug, and I'm not just keeping it about that point. I'm literally using that as an example because that is one of the most crucial and horrific things that have ever happened in existence. And you can look at the effect of that. If it has not been properly addressed, then it's gonna always be the now. You see the spiritual and mental state of us and of humanity. We are so broken and torn by that garbage to where it affects everything we do now. And you don't really see much change since then. The same things are occurring over and over. So it's literally our future. It's literally where we're headed. And again, the whole point today is not being afraid and being ashamed to address that which needs to be addressed. Because the only way you're going to begin to repair it, to fix it, and to heal it is to acknowledge that it is what it is. And with that being said, once again, I love you. I'm going to speak nothing but truth, and I'm going to keep coming at you like this until you are willing to do what it is that you need to do to address what needs to be addressed to begin your healing process. And then I'm going to start coming at y'all with some messages that's going to uplift you and propel you and help you soar into that proper existence, into that balance. I love you. Once again, Hotep, Ashe, it is so, and so it is.